Born in the urban suburbs of Connecticut, I was raised around the musical influence of my mother. Being of the baby boomer generation, she brought strong influences of classic rock into my life. With bands such as Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith, and Kansas being common household names, my music core has always been strongly rooted in classic rock. After moving to South Carolina at the age of 9, my musical influence shifted to reflect the more rebellious demeanor I felt throughout my preppy Southern schooling. Being the only child to wear ripped jeans, leather jackets, and concert tees in a small school of chubby shorts, polo shirts, and Sperry shoes, I stuck out like a sore thumb amongst my peers. Drawn to musical influences such as Green Day, Blink-182, and Panic at the Disco, my rebellious nature shone through in my urge to run away from the structured household and schooling that I'd been raised into. Some of my first concerts occurred at the Music Farm in downtown Charleston, with bands such as All Time Low, Yellow Card, Tonight Alive, and Their Wonder Years. It wasn't until after an early graduation and a move to Charlotte, North Carolina at the age of 17 did my mind's perspective shift and my musical influence shot back to the era of psychedelic rock, with bands such as Jefferson Airplane, Pink Floyd, The Doors, and the Jimi Hendrix Experience taking presiding influence. The moment that I realized music was the directional course that I was drawn to occurred while I was living in the Charlotte area. After a year's time in North Carolina, my mother gave me a call. She asked what I'd been doing with my time, and I told her that besides working 40-plus hours a week, I had been sitting on my patio for hours on end, writing and playing guitar until my fingers bled and my eyelids finally drooped for the night. She paused for a moment, before stating, "So it sounds like music's the direction you're going with." It wasn't until that phone call did it click for me that I needed to know more about this passion of mine. This is the time that I decided to explore potential learning institutions where I could learn more about the material that I was deeply passionate about. No learning environment stood out to me as much as Full Sail had. Stationed in Winter Park, Florida, only a short distance from downtown Orlando, Full Sail served as a creative hub for me to explore in. While in the Recording Arts Bachelor's of Science degree program, I learned the essentials of sound recording and mixing by participating in classes such as recording principles, mixing techniques, history of recorded music, and fundamentals of music business. This was all while using my own time to study music theory and music genres as well as to work on my own creative projects. What you can expect from me once bringing me on board with your team is my knowledge of modern, up-to-date recording and mixing software, as well as a common connection to the millennial era. This would resonate with older die-hard alternative fans as well as younger pop-punk fans. This eclectic style and resonance should be a desirable addition to your punk rock-centric recording label. Regardless of if you choose to reach out to me on either my professional Facebook or Instagram pages, I will continue to use the information that I have gathered at Full Sail to further my career with creative projects made out of my sheer passion for music and sound mixing.